repeating, this was a team that most thought would be a year away. Maybe they'd get in the play-in. Maybe they'd be the 6th seed. And Reggie Miller, the San Antonio Spurs, are going back to a very familiar place. Their 7th trip to the NBA Finals.
I think they were projected to have 43 wins in a loaded Western Conference. But I'm going to give my man some flowers here. Before these playoffs began,
correct,
he has been on the Spurs bandwagon, and he said coming into this conference finals, he believed in Victor and this young group. He didn't care about experience. We heard multiple guys in the post-game talk about, look, it's basketball at the end of the day. And they came out here in all 7 games. They set the tone from the first quarter. I know a lot of coaches at times say the first quarter doesn't matter. It does to me, because you set the tone on how you're going to play for 48, and they did that for these 7 games.
I just thought seeing them in the season, they had a chance to be this year's OKC Thunder.
Yeah.
They mirror images of each other, how they play, what they're about, their culture, and then you had that alien back there. Congrats to the OKC Thunder.
Yes,
also, congrats
absolutely.
to the Spurs going to the championship.
And congrats to our group as well. This is our 140th and final broadcast of the season. The words of the NBA on NBC. More than just a familiar rhythmical ring for those of us who fell in love with it, and our honor to help bring it back. Thanks to everyone in the league who's helped us. We wish our friends at ABC the best in their coverage of the NBA Finals, starting on Wednesday from San Antonio. NBA Showtime continues on Peacock and NBCSN with Maria Mello-Vince and Tracy McGrady. With Reggie Miller, Jamal Crawford, Zora Stevenson, Ashley Chamonix, Frank DeGrace, our producer, Pierre Loest.
Going into Game 6, you're down 3-2. What was the mindset internally that changed everything for you guys going into Game 6 when you're down?
You know, we always say we need to punch first. We need to be on the front foot when you attack. But at this point in the series, it goes without saying, you know. So the thing was really taking our time, being more greedy on offense, you know, especially for me, and facilitating for each other. I felt like the key was trusting who we were all year, because we beat these guys in the regular season too.
I gotta ask you this, because we all was a little surprised by your energy in Game 5. Talk to us about your effort in Game 5 and how you came out in that game that didn't show, right, what you did in the previous games. Games 1 and Game 4, you were phenomenal. Flat in Game 5. Speak to that.
Oh, I mean, just that, you know, it's hard.
Yes, it is.
It's hard to explain how hard it is, and you just gotta push. There are some things. There's no magic solution. You gotta will your way into it.
I have a question, Wemby. I know you hear all this crowd. 22 years old, first Game 7 on the road against a back-to-back MVP. You looked at that MVP ceremony a couple weeks ago when Shea received that and said that's my trophy. But to come in his court, come on his court, and win Game 7 on the road. Talk about that. Talk about the mentality. Talk about the mindset that you had to put yourself into mentally in order to come in here and beat the champs.
This fueled me more than anything else could have. Sometimes this game is so hard. This team is so good that you got to use every single emotion you got in you in order to win. And sometimes these emotions is passion, is love for the game. Sometimes it's anger. Sometimes it might even be jealousy. But I don't want to use weigh myself down with any of these energies. I use them on the court.
I love that.
Powerful. Coming into Game 7, we know what we said we wanted to see from you. What was your plan of attack for tonight for your team?
Trusting who we were, trusting each other on both sides of the floor, playing harder than ever. You know, if there's one day in your life for our young career right now where you got to do more than you used to, it was today. It was today, and these guys just showed up like never before.
I got to ask you, Wemby, we pulled out the box score. The first thing you said you look at is plus minus, but I want you to think about the series at large and just rate your performance, how you think you led this team. How would you describe your performance if you just had to give it a grade at this moment?
I would say it was a lot of personal difficulties because they were so focused on me that I needed to find ways to help my team, even though, of course they were going to guard me, but they were actively trying to prevent me from helping my team. And I feel like with the course of this series, I find answers because the coaches were amazing, offense and defense. And the whole point was, trusting the basketball gods and trusting my teammates.
Can you take me a little bit inside those conversations we kept seeing you and Mitch Johnson having? Like, you would lean over, you'd have a conversation, you go in, you might be sitting right there waiting to go in. What was he saying to you? Like, how is he helping you become the best player you could possibly be?
It's quick words. Like, it feels like we've been together for 8 seasons already, And at this point in the series, it's automatic, And sometimes just a look, sometimes just a word, and we understand each other more and more, so. It could be on plenty of things.
Vic, 2 people on your team. Bismack Biyombo and Harrison Barnes, 2 veterans. Talk to me about their impact on you, not the team, on you as being...
They're great. I mean, their impact, you can't underestimate it. It's tremendous. They say great things. Harrison shows us, what poise is like on the court and off the court. He's just on point with everything. He says, today's his birthday. Happy birthday, HB. I love you, brother. Love you, my brother.
Drink alive.
Yes.
Drink is alive.
You don't lose.
You don't lose.
Vic don't know.
No, this trick is still going.
Yeah,
I do.
it's still going.
How many is it? 7 or 8?
First of all,
Yes,
Vic knows everything. He knows everything.
You really do. You really do.
He pays attention.
Okay, we can't let you leave now without describing how you think it's going to feel when the starting lineup is announced. It's game 1 of the NBA Finals. You're in your first postseason, and you're having the opportunity to start the series in San Antonio because of what you guys did in the regular season.
I don't know. I can't tell you if they've been there, and I know my emotions are probably going to be a little bit numb because of the stakes and the will to win. But we got 3 days. 3 days, right?
Yeah.
We're going to rest. We're going to prepare.
3 days, Wemby. You got 3 days.
That's plenty. They got a little more. But
Okay.
We're going to prepare. We're going to rest. And we're going to come in strong.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
I was going to say, on the
Yes.
bus ride over here, you pictured yourself winning it, and you know what that feeling like. Does it match what it feels like right now?
Yeah.
When I picture myself, no, this is more. This is way more. I can't explain it. I can't even hold it at the end.
Beautiful.
Hey, listen, Melo said he'll see you in the Garden. We're going to have fun watching you. Yes, good luck. This has been a pleasure, honestly, being able to cover you for your first postseason Western Conference Finals and you walking away with this MVP trophy.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You deserve it. Continue to celebrate.
Go Spurs, go. I love you, fans. I love you, Spurs fans.
There you go. Victor Wembanyama, he is the MVP of the Western Conference Finals, and he has proven time and time again that he likes to meet the moment, just like his head coach, Mitch Johnson, said. We're letting him go. His dad's here. Felix is here. Yeah, you're free to go.
Man, go get some rest. Go celebrate, get some rest, man.
Great job.
I feel like we're going to be doing this a few times.
You think so? The new NBA Showtime friend of the family, huh?
Yeah.
Just part of the family.
You're a regular up on here.
Guys, can we even describe what we saw from Victor Wembanyama over the course of this series? Like, can you put it into words as Hall of Famers that have seen a lot over the course of your lives and careers?
I saw growth. I saw poise. I saw a young 22-year-old that is about to do some, phenomenal things in this league for years to come. And to see a 22-year-old and see him grab his team and huddle throughout this series, the leadership from him, from a young player, and to go through, a bunch of different defenses and just the roller coaster ride of this series, what it brought to him, the physicality. Man, he grew up in this series, and I think by him being able to be thrown to chimps in a 2-time MVP, that man confidence is going to be out of here. And on the road, too.
Just like we had Castle here, they believed in that locker room. And silly us, we say too young, inexperienced. But they drew from their togetherness. They drew from their experience from the regular season, feeling that they can beat them. And they felt like they had the formula, but they had to go and prove it. And we know regular season wins, playoff wins are different. And I tell you what, man, their confidence, his confidence, you can see, like, I believed when they walked out here that they were ready for this moment and this challenge.
When you talk about what Wemby means to this team, to that fan base, to that city, to that state, all of the above, he sat here and told us his mindset coming into Game 7. I have to do everything that I need to do to win this game. I have to do everything to make my teammates better. Again, we keep going back to him being 20, man, with that mentality, with that mindset, that level of maturity. that level of awareness, to be aware of all of this at 22 years old. A lot of 22-year-old guys are just coming out here playing and just being part of the motion. He understands this moment. He understands what it means to go grab that trophy that Shea had, right? He understands what it means to come play against a back-to-back MVP. He understands what it means to go play in Madison Square Garden. At 22 years old, bro, I don't think we've seen a 22-year-old basketball player with that mindset and that level of focus.
Yeah, and he came over here and said, listen, there's a lot of emotions he's felt over the course of this series. Anger, jealousy, love of the game, passion, and he's had to work to harness all of those things. Like that internal battle and struggle is what he carries on his shoulder, just being the transcendent player that he is. But let's talk about moments, and the moments are what make all-time great players. He rose to meet, right?
I mean, he wanted it. He wanted it once Shea received that MVP. He wanted it all season when he was injured and preparing for this moment right here. He showed he wanted it, and he went out there and he took what was his, that he believed that what was his, and his teammates backed him up. All of those guys came together tonight and put on a show, put on a hell of a show. They shot the ball extremely well. Guys that we've been saying that should have been playing or we wanted to play better, they played better tonight. And they shot the ball well. Darren Fox is one of them. Champagnie shot the ball extremely well. Keldon Johnson came in, was very, very physical when he came in the game and putting pressure on the ball. And he was barking tonight. When you see Keldon Johnson barking out there, you know what time it is.
Right, gathering up his goats, barking at people, doing a little bit of everything in this game.
I will say this. I'm so happy for De'Aaron Fox. He was my young boy, one of my rookies, and to see him, in this opportunity after the injury, coming in struggling, and then finding a way. We said, we know Victor is going to come out ready to play, but who else is going to come ready to play and deliver and make the game easier for the big fella? And he was one of those guys, just like we said, Champagnie.
Yeah.
I just like the effort collectively of what they brought. When we looked at this series, it was the others for OKC that really was carrying that team, carrying this series. And San Antonio bench was struggling a little bit. Well, that flipped in tonight's game. And when you look at, a guy like Dylan Hopper, the way he plays, he doesn't play like a rookie. His preparation, just the way he approaches the game is totally different from a rookie. He looks like a veteran player. And to have that type of performance in a Game 7 on OKC's floor, man, I don't know what they're doing over there.
They're doing it right.
The player personnel, they are doing it right because these young boys are ready for success for a very long time.
Yeah, the rookie out of Rutgers, he's dealt with a little bit of everything. Adductor injury, like having to battle back from that. He had a couple of slumping games, came right back and delivered after his game 1. He had 24 points off the bench. But guys, they also had 2 players off the bench in double digits. So that means we had 7 total players in double digits. But one play that you guys all jumped up at and said, that might have been the play of the game. Luke Cornett's block.
Big time.
Wemby was not on the floor. You needed this.
Everybody has a part to play.
Yep.
No matter how many minutes you play, you come and make those minutes impactful.
And let's not forget, he's been there before.
Yes.
You see it right there. That's the intangible. Yeah. And everybody understands I need to bring it.
Most big men, most players is giving up on that play.
Yeah.
They're not sprinting back on that play. That's a clean dunk for somebody else.
And that's the separation.
Luke Cornett, he was in the hallway getting his
hips loose.
You know what I mean? His hips.
It's Prescott.
Yours didn't look the same. Your hips don't look the same. Yeah, you got to stretch a little.
That's why he was able to block that shot.
And that part. All right, so the 2-time MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, suffering that deep defeat here tonight on his home floor. He's stepping up to the podium to talk to the media.
Shai, you guys, what did you see as kind of the differences in not being able to kind of get over the hump and wrestle control completely away?
Yeah, they were just a better team tonight from start to finish. And then every time we tried to, cut into it and take control of the game, it felt like they had an answer. And a lot of times it felt like it was, tough shot making. So hats off to them. They played better tonight, and they deserve to win again.
Shai, it's pretty well documented how difficult it is both for the teams that try and the teams who've done it, just how difficult it is to repeat. Are there points in these playoffs and especially in this series where you felt that, just how tough it is to repeat?
Yeah, winning an NBA championship is very hard in itself to do it one time. So to do it all over again would just only make it harder. So many things go into it. Sometimes it's like things you can't control. Sometimes it's things you can control. Yeah, it's a hard task to do one time. So to do it twice would only make it even more challenging.
This deal with the Spurs obviously really emerged as a rivalry this year. When you look at that team and the young pieces that they have, what do you see in terms of a potential roadblock for you guys?
Yeah, they're young, they're talented, well coached, play the right way, play together. Seems like they like each other. They have the makeup for sure. You don't beat us without the makeup, and they beat us, so they have the makeup to go get one. And yeah, we just have to take it one day at a time from here on out. Try to get better this summer, and be a better team than we were this season and last season, and yeah, try to get back over the hump.
Dan, go ahead.
Shea, from a distance, it's always seemed like you guys have really focused internally when it comes to growth throughout this process. To Tim's point, how much of the reflection this summer will be about getting better than San Antonio specifically?
I don't know. I'm not too sure. I think in the summertime, like you try to get better, and then you use the 82 games to figure out the bar and what needs to be done. Especially in the NBA, so many things happen in the summertime, like trades, free agency, new additions, and like the NBA this year looks completely different than it did the year we won. So like it'd be hard to kind of like pinpoint. You kind of like use the 82 game season to figure out what the standard is and how to go get one. But they'll probably be somewhere in that mix for sure next season as well.
Joe, go ahead.
Shea, given the guys you were missing, it seemed like coming into this game you'd have to have a big night for you guys to have a chance, and you certainly did that. Do you take any solace with just how you played tonight, kind of leaving it all out there in this Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have a choice. Big game, big moment, win or go home. Just wanted to leave everything out there, whether the shots went in or didn't. I wanted to make sure that I gave it my all, and I was who I was today. Yeah.
We'll go Jenny and then Justin.
Shea, to kind of follow up on that, you're playing without a couple guys that were pretty big contributors for you guys all year. To see the guys you had out there playing like they were, competing like they were, I know you guys have talked repeatedly about the competitive nature of this bunch, but what was that like to just see that happening in real time tonight?
Yeah, I'm so impressed by this group. Yeah, like, not to make any excuses, but like they're a really good team over there. And losing AJ and Dub the way we did in the midst of a series, you would think like it would be a lot harder for us. But those guys like never got discouraged. They played their butts off, and the reason why we got to this point in the series is because of them. The supporting cast was amazing this series. Hats off to them. They were big time. I wish I was a little bit more myself throughout the series to give them more of a boost, more of a chance. But yeah, I'm nothing but proud of my guys.
Even as the final seconds were coming off the clock, there weren't any fans leaving, and they were chanting OKC for you guys. Just you talk all the time about the support that you guys get from the fan base. What did that mean to you that moment?
Yeah, it's amazing to know that no matter what, they have our backs. I've said it multiple times, Oklahoma really feels like home for me and my family. And there's no place in the country we'd rather be and live and raise a child and build your family and things like that. So the community is amazing. We'll need them again next year and the year after that. But yeah, thank you to them for who they were all season, all year.
From the taste of defeat to the joy of victory, De'Aaron Fox joining us back here courtside in the Paycom Center, and they were going off about the impact that you had in this Game 7. And you've just been a stabilizing force this entire series. How does this feel to be going to the NBA Finals?
Oh, it feels great, man. It feels great. This is what I came here for. People might think that we're ahead of schedule, but we feel like we're right where we need to be.
Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan, you got a Shaquille O'Neal, like these bigs, transcendent bigs in history. What is it like being out on that floor, man, in a Game 7 with Wemby?
Just they want to know.
I mean, when he's just standing back there, it's like you know that you can do things that you probably can't do if someone else is back there. But, man, just everything that he does. Like, he comes down, he shoots threes, he dribbles the ball. He can grab the rebound, bring it down. Like, he does everything. He
Does that give you guys like a sense of calmness when he's back there, that you could be more aggressive?
1,000%.
And somebody you can rely on?
1,000%. He could be out there with a bunch of bad defenders and make them look good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we have guys that can defend all across the board, so it makes our defense that much better.
Let's talk about your career so far. Being in Sacramento, being traded here, understanding and knowing what you went through in Sacramento to win and try to get a team around you. Now you come to a young team with a young core, with a transcendent player like Wemby. You the veteran piece that come in and stabilizes everything. The switch from Sacramento and the mindset that it took to get here, what is it worth it? Everything you went through in Sacramento to this point, was that worth it?
I wouldn't change anything that happened in my career. I wouldn't change anything. I love being in Sac. Obviously, I was there for almost 8 years. I had fun while I was there. I wanted to win. Now I'm here. And obviously, when it was going through that, like, I saw the team that was being built. I'm like, this team can win a championship, especially with adding me to the team. So there were times where obviously Vic was out, Steph was out, and I had to do what I was doing when I was in Sac. And it just kept us afloat. They came back, and here we are, man. Here we are.
Did that allow you to do what you do in this game tonight?
Yeah, I think
the confident level that it takes for you to do that tonight.
Yes, 1,000%. Like, I think I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in my career, and I just want to win. And when people talked about, when I got here, me taking a lesser role, this and that, I'll do whatever it takes to win.
Absolutely.
That's all I cared about, was trying to win a championship.
Sure.
Old head to the old head.
I had him as a rookie. He was talking about his time in Sacramento, and watching and seeing his talent and seeing you now where you are. And I asked you, maybe it was game 2 or 3. Now that you're the veteran, what has it been like? What I wanted to ask you tonight, game 7, you hadn't had that game yet. What was your mindset coming out tonight? Because we said on the set, yes, we know Wemby is going to come out and do the things that he needs to do, but he needed a running mate. What was your mindset tonight coming out for this team?
For me, just thinking, man, the tide can turn. The tide can always turn. I've had stretches where I've had 30 points for 10 straight games. I've had stretches where I didn't play well. And I don't think I played well in this series, but I just came in, don't make mistakes, don't turn the ball over. At some point, the shots will fall. I think that was the only thing that I would say that I did bad this series, was I wasn't making shots. But I just wanted to be a steady presence.
I want to speak to that. You did struggle with your shot a little bit, and then when you were out with the ankle, I think it put a burden on Stephen Castle to take over the point guard position, and that's when those couple games where he had all those turnovers. That's where you came in at, and that's where your impact on this series, right? Controlling the pace, not turning the ball over, getting y'all in great sets, and getting attempts at the basket. For you, going through the ankle injury in the last series and then struggling with that in this series, talk about the resilience, right, of getting through that, having to play through that, knowing you playing with a transcendent player and what's at stake with this.
Man, I love to hoop. I love to play basketball. So I missed those first 2 games. I got to see how the game's going, how their coverages are. And I came back, I'm like, I don't have to do too much. When we lost game 2, all the games that we lost, actually, we had a bunch of turnovers, gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds. I just knew that when I came in, make sure we get shots on goal and just try to help rebound, try to help box out, and we will put ourselves in a position to win a game.
You've been rebounding.
I didn't rebound tonight. I don't think I had one.
No, not tonight.
He scored.
Don't look at the scores.
In general.
No, he scored tonight.
Yeah.
You put the ball in the hoop tonight.
Rarely do we have an opportunity where it's like, this is my rookie, this is my vet. I just want you to give De'Aaron Fox his flowers in real time, because you've seen the evolution of him, and to be here in a moment that's like a career-making moment for him. Like, what do you want to say to your rook now?
Oh, man. So
I did.
No. But
by the way, De'Aaron, I do it all the time.
What's crazy is I worked out at his house in high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, y'all can both say whatever you want to say. You're right. Get him in on it.
In the beginning, we had the struggle, but you could see the potential in him and all of the talent that he had. And it was just now, just find the structure, because the big picture is you can be in this league for a long time and dominate. And what I've said it before, and I've said it to him, and I'll say it again. when I was in Atlanta, one of the coolest things I remember coming, I think it was out of a timeout. He came and shook my hand. He shook my hand and he said, "Hey, thank you and I appreciate it. Now I get it." Because you remember, he told people that he didn't think I liked him. But it was just holding him accountable because he is very capable of being in this league for a long time, and soon he'll be in the position of the vet, and now he can pass it along because that was done for us. And I could see that in him. It was just like, no, let's look at the big picture and stay on course. And then he came in and he was like, "Thanks, man," because once I was gone and not really in his ear, he was like, "Oh, okay, I get it now." And that was one of the coolest moments to me. So that's why every time I see him now, show him love, and like just seeing him, that's like little bro sitting out there, living in the moment, man.
Always. Super vet. Ain't no more super vet.
Yeah. So proud of you, De'Aaron Fox. Congratulations, first of all.
Absolutely.
We look forward to watching you in the NBA Finals.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much for joining us again.
Appreciate y'all.
And thank you
Got
for
3
dropping
days
the news
off,
about
man.
Pop coming down. We
That's a
didn't
fact.
say thank you for that.
Yeah.
Hold on, before you
I
go.
wasn't going to say too much, but
Hold on. Hold on. Before you go, we walk by y'all locker room. Who got the ox? Who got the ox?
who
That's
be
all I
playing
want to know.
Boosie
Who
on
has
the
the
way
ox?
out?
today?
Every day.
Every time we come.
Every time we're here. We can.
Boost.
Keldon.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm playing
all right.
Boosie.
There you go.
We knew it. We knew it. Y'all be playing Boosie. Okay.
Oh, y'all, that was calm. Y'all didn't. Oh, I thought y'all heard something else.
They tried to say it was Wemby playing.
Nah, Keldon like walked with the speaker, everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See,
Congrats,
Appreciate
man.
you, champ.
All right.
Yep, thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
De'Aaron Fox got to go back and continue to celebrate.
That
with
boy
the team.
tired,
Yeah,
man.
he is tired. Got to go put his feet up. He got 3 days off as he prepares for the NBA Finals. But it's been fun to watch his leadership throughout the course of this entire Western Conference Finals. Thanks.
It's been fun, man.
It really has.
It's been fun.
Y'all, can we, again, I don't think we can stress enough, obviously, the NBA being back on NBC, being able to be with you guys and celebrate, but for it to end in a Game 7 in the manner that it did, and really with, like, still 6 minutes left, we're still having a conversation about OKC being
it's
up.
not over yet.
You know what I'm saying? But the Spurs being able to hold their ground was more than impressive down the stretch, too.
And that's what it is. I mean, just a team that was confident, that felt that they were capable and deserved to be in the finals. They just had to complete the mission. And, they never looked rattled in Game 7.
Right.
And that was the thing. You built the lead of 14. They come back. And, we were like, uh-oh. There was time.
Yeah.
Wemby's in foul trouble. Uh-oh. And they never wavered, and it did not look rattled. And each guy stepped up and brought something and did something. Everybody, the intangibles are what gets you over the top, and they had each guy do just that to get them to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, one of their other intangibles, obviously, their head coach, Mitch Johnson, in his first full season as the head coach of the Spurs, he got them back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2014. He's stepping up to the podium now to address the media.
Our experience. We had a dinner last night, and guys were just asking questions, and myself and Luke Cornett were just sharing experiences of deep playoff runs, what it means to be in a Game 7, what it means to try to get to the finals. And I'm just, like I said, just so proud of the guys stepping up, embracing that moment. This is their first experience being in an elimination game, being in a Game 7, and being able to deliver.
What'd you say?
I told them to take it each possession at a time, whether we go up 10, whether we're down 10, don't get away from what we're doing. How we got here was by purpose. It was for a reason.
Yep.
And we deserve to be here, and we deserve to win if we play the right way.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about veteran leadership, you are probably at the top of the league when it comes to that and being a great teammate. But in a Game 7, on the road against the former champs, what are you saying to yourself as far as being prepared? But what are you saying to somebody like a Dylan Harper who's never been in a situation like this, but understand that he have a lot to carry on his shoulders?
Breathe.
That's good advice.
Get out of your mind.
That's good advice.
Get out of your mind and get into your body.
Yeah.
With Steph, with Dylan, they play with so much passion. Mm-hmm. And it can be easy to try to get sped up in those moments because you want to win. You want to do the right thing, right? But how do you just relax, stay poised, continue to run the team, continue to be steady, and just deliver those plays?
First of all, you are a Tar Heel, so Tar Heel's in the building.
Yes, sir.
Great day to be a Tar Heel. But we saw you sitting.
Is it?
Is it?
It is.
Always. Always.
A few of us here. We saw you sitting on the bench, Game 6, talking to Wemby. And, that's you can clearly see you're in preparation for Game 7. What were you saying to him? What were you kind of getting him prepared for, in the early stages of preparation for Game 7?
Man, Vic is our leader. That's our guy. And I was simply just telling him we go as he goes. His disposition, his demeanor, how he approaches the game, his poise, what he says in the locker room, guys feed off that. So if you come in too high, if you come in too low, guys are going to respond to that. So it was on him to respond in the way he did, and I thought he did a phenomenal job with that all series, but especially coming into tonight.
We appreciate you joining us, birthday boy.
Yeah,
Did you know that
was
trend or the
surprised.
streak existed? Did you know that?
Because Wemby knew.
Yeah, he did. No, he really did.
No, I appreciate that. That was a great birthday present he gave me. But, I mean, some of the guys talking about it shoot around, but
okay.
it was good that we were able to get it done.
Okay, you get some cake or something? What happened?
I mean, they better have some on the plane.
They better have some.
He gotta go cut the tape. He gotta go cut the tape off, man.
I had to see the family. I had to do all that.
Uniform on.
Hey,
Go shower,
Get
man.
to the locker room.
Win the championship. Get on the plane just like that, fam.
I'm bagging it up. You know, the NBA try to steal it. Oh,
Yeah, you.
I'm taking my stuff with me.
Yes, Mike, excuse us. Thank you. We're not going to let you get in trouble on NBA Showtime. Harrison Barnes joining the show. Appreciate it.
We'll find that in the card.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Harrison Barnes, he is the birthday boy, and the best present has just been delivered because his Spurs were able to defeat the Thunder 111-103. So them winning guarantees us that we will have a new NBA champion for the 8th straight season. You can take a look at what the last 7 NBA champions did, and obviously the Thunder losing in the Western Conference Finals to the Spurs. All right, let's go into the locker room and check in with OKC's Chet Holmgren.
I know you tend to sort of put the team first, and we have seen emotion from you at different points. But there's times where, like, Wemby is, like, bumping you on the way to the huddle. Like, there were times he clearly tried you. Did you feel at any point that you almost went out of your way to, like, not make it about you and him, like, almost to a degree you hadn't before?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's always about us trying to win the basketball game. You know, us as a collective, the Thunder team trying to win the basketball game. You know, and that's what it's always going to be.
For you guys, moving forward, who knows what will happen, but like you guys are both young teams. San Antonio's a young team. They're the same conference. We're going to play a lot, potentially. How much will you use this series specifically as you kind of evaluate what you need to do, what you need to get better at, how you can improve?
I mean, a lot. You know, you can always learn from the tape, good or bad, and you know, it hurts a lot more, stings a lot more when you know it culminates in the loss, obviously. So you know, there's no kind of you know, running from improvement. You know, that's you know, I always look at it as no matter what, good, bad, win, loss, whatever it might be, you know, you have to continue to improve. So that's the mindset.
Just 4 points, 4 rebounds for Chet Holmgren in this game. T-Mac, this is apparently the all-McGrady former team finals.
I cannot believe my guy Dunk put this up there.
Why did y'all all have that one little strip?
No, that's the wax museum, like the Tucson wax museum.
Is that AI? Or you cut it like
That's
that?
not a real photo. It's not a real photo on the left with the Knicks jersey. I was in Wax Museum right
Yeah, that was a wax museum.
Yeah, that wasn't real. But yeah, I might win the championship with one of my former teams. Not T-Mac, but that was Tracy in those uniforms.
Okay.
Obviously.
So who's Tracy going for?
Yeah.
Whoever wins.
Yes. Okay. Obviously, that makes sense. Well, now that we actually know who's going to be in the finals, the All T-Mac Bowl, here's a look at the early odds from the DraftKings Sportsbook. Despite the Knicks having the rest advantage, the Spurs are favored, Melo, to win the title.
All I know is I won my parlay tonight. That's all I know.
Oh, as a matter of fact,
yes,
this
we
is
did.
the moment that
There's
Carmelo
the moment.
Anthony hit his first parlay of the
Keldon,
season.
thank you, Keldon.
See you.
I waited 140 games to win one ticket.
Say the best for last, man.
DraftKings, thank you guys, man. Thank you guys.
Way to stay in it. You built endurance.
I'm dedicated.
Yes, you are dedicated. Discipline.
They're definitely not saying you're welcome, Melo.
Yeah, they are. They text me today. My phone going off right now, yeah.
Congratulations to Carmelo Anthony. Congratulations to the Spurs. They're off to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2014. And by the way, this is a rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals, and the Spurs won that bad boy. It's their first.
You guys have given everything you've had since day one in camp, every single one of you. From stay ready games to the 3 things we talked about in training camp, to every single step along the way, going on the road to get to the cup, going to Vegas and being in the cup, playing against this team who had 1 loss or whatever it was, culmination on Christmas Day, then here comes the expectations. And then are we ready for the playoffs? We get to the playoffs, we play without Victor, we play without Fox, we got road closeout games, we got down in the series. And so all that, to me, goes back to you guys giving yourselves to each other, giving yourselves to the program, allowing us to coach you, allowing us to hold you accountable, allowing us to give you guidance and feedback. And it's a reflection of your character, of your commitment, of your competitive response over and over and over again, your ability to not make repeatable mistakes, and for you to understand what goes into winning. We talked about pounding the rock. We talked about 1,000 blows, and you may not get what you want out of those 1,000 blows, but they're going to lead to what you want. We have started to get better at that. What an accomplishment of what we just did, beating the defending champs on the road, 7 games, through all that we've been.
Mitch Johnson expressing to his team how proud he is of what they've been able to do, because the Spurs advanced to the finals for the first time since 2014, and San Antonio faces off with the Knicks in the rematch of the 1999 NBA Finals, which the Spurs did win in 5 games. But it all starts with Game 1 on Wednesday on ABC. But moments ago, Stephon Castle addressed the media in the locker room.
It's really just surreal. It don't feel real. I mean, it's something we've been dreaming about, but having to go out there and earn it is a way better feeling than, it being given to you. So it feels really good, but we got to understand that our job isn't finished yet, so we can't get satisfied.
Is that everything you thought Game 7 might be like?
Yeah, I think so. I think the environment, the atmosphere, the intensity, possession by possession, I think it was everything that we thought it was, especially it being the first one for a lot of us. And I think most importantly, we had fun. Whether we came out on top or not, I think we had fun.
You guys are going to an NBA final. Who's the first person you hugged? What did you tell him?
I think Vic was the first person I hugged. But yeah, I was just telling all my teammates, like, I love y'all. We're not done yet, 4 more. But I mean, obviously, we want to celebrate this. It's a big accomplishment for a lot of us. So, I mean, yeah, just showing my love to them.
You're in the NBA Finals. Everything that was said, a young team. What it comes to your mind now that everything that was said about these teams?
I mean, I think in just this 1 year, I mean, we've seen everything. Going through the Cup, playing here Christmas Day, going through adversity throughout, our short playoff run so far. But I think just the experience that, we've gained this year and being able to, fight adversity really all year has led us up to this point. And I don't think any of us take it for granted.
What's your biggest takeaway?
Well, next up for Stephon Castle will be Cat and the Knicks. Guys, take a look at the T-shirt he wore into his first game as a Knick.
Woo! Way to call it, Cat.
And now he's playing in the 2026 reboot of the 1999 finals. That's pretty. That's actually.
It's gonna be him and
gotta
Wemby
go see
on that.
Big
Now what you gonna
Wemby.
shirt? You gonna see that on that shirt?
Yeah, where you gonna be?
I'm locked in. I'm
Yeah.
locked in. I'm a
Every
fan.
game
I'm a
at
fan
MSG?
now.
Every game?
I ain't got to sit up here and do the studio, which I love. But I'm gonna be a fan of the basketball game. This is
No,
Spurs. in
where
the-
are
in
you
the
going to
final.
be? In the building?
I'm in the building.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's me. Okay, let's chat about it, though. We've seen the Spurs now. We've been watching them closely. The matchup, what do you make of it, the Knicks and the Spurs in the finals?
All right, all jokes aside,
Okay.
when you talk about what the Knicks like to do, they want to get downhill, they want to be physical, they want to play in the paint. Jalen Brunson want to get in the paint, he want to score, he's a closer. Cat would play outside. Last couple series, Cat been playing at the top of the key, so he's been a facilitator. Now, Cat got to come with a whole nother game plan. Jalen Brunson got to come with a whole nother game plan. because everybody else, you could get to the rack. Now you got a 7'4" guy down there who's holding the fort down. And as we saw in this Game 7, guys were scared to go in that paint against Wemby. So can the Knicks control that part of the game? Can they still get downhill? Can they still get in the paint? Can they utilize their physicality, their wings? Can they overpower the young guards that San Antonio Spurs have? And we're going to see. I think Game 1 would be a dogfight in San Antonio. Knicks got fresh legs. San Antonio is battle-tested. So we're going to see what happens that Game 1. But can the Knicks dominate in that paint, getting downhill and living in that paint?
Right.
And it's the young athleticism, I think, of the Spurs. You have, these young guys like we're seeing here, Dylan, who's grown up in front of us, in front of our eyes. And the one thing that they have are a lot of perimeter defenders that they can now throw at JB just to give him a different look. And, and I've always said in the series, you can't give a great player the same look. So there's, I think, an advantage that they have there because Jalen Brunson's going to put some of these guards in foul trouble, just the way he plays. Their offense, the way they play, going to put guys in foul trouble in situations. The beautiful thing about both of these teams is they can play big lineups. They can play small lineups. So it'll be interesting to see the chess match of, do you start with a big lineup? Do you start with a small lineup? Who guards who? And, how do you seek out the mismatches to win this, the 4 games?
So for me, there's 2 matchups that I'm watching. All right, I'm watching the Jalen Brunson matchup in terms of who guards him, Stephen Castle, these big guards, Vassell, probably even De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper. I'm watching that matchup because you see what they did to the 2-time MVP. He was struggling mightily on the offensive end in this series. So for me, it's how will Jalen make those adjustments? How will Mike Brown make those adjustments to get Jalen easy looks on the offensive end? And then I'm looking at Cat and Wemby. That is a different type of matchup because, this is Cat, you're guarding a guy now that stretches the floor, right? He can put the ball on the floor. Or he loves to, get the ball on the perimeter and put it on the floor. And with Cat, we all know he didn't do it in the last few series, but he's prone to make silly fouls, right? And I think he has to be disciplined playing up against Wemby. And then Wemby protecting that paint, like you said, can they get in there, draw that attention, and then kick out when those guys are knocking out shots? They did a phenomenal job of hitting shots in their last series. Let's see if they could do it in these NBA Finals.
And I like seeing Wemby below the free throw line.
Love it.
Cat below the free throw line, what we call for all year, but seeing Wemby below the free throw line is a problem. And I think they figured that out because they started to feature him a little more in post-ups and in different ways, cross screens to get him into the post, up screens, get them, just get them in movement. I think you do something like that because of someone like you said. Cat tends to get silly fouls sometimes, and we don't know what's the situation with Mitchell Robinson as well. So, if you get Cat in foul trouble, it's a different dynamic, for them.
So I would add on to that, and I would just say the way that the Knicks been playing since that game 4 or 5 of the Atlanta series, the way that they switch their offense up, the way that they are playing out the corners, the way that they have Jalen Brunson back screening, they have him pinned down and they have him curling, coming out the corners. That's a different offense than San Antonio have seen. I don't think a lot of teams have seen the Knicks play in that type of system and that type of offense. And as a result, they swept 2 teams. They in the NBA Finals. So that system, that offense has been very, very effective. So I want to see the adjustments that the Knicks make and San Antonio make.
No, I'm just saying with that, they haven't played teams when the switchables that are, when you're talking about switching that pin down, the corner action, now you're switching, but you have 2 defenders that are really good.
Bigger
and stronger guards.
4 guys. I mean, you can go all the way down to Vassell.
I mean, I'm just talking about just that action that Mel is talking about. It's switchable, so it's not like they're switching and then you're getting on a weaker defender. No, you actually got 2 elite defenders there. So we'll see the changes, that they make throughout this series is going to be a phenomenal series.
Yeah, listen, the Knicks have been rolling, but they're resting right now. Their scoring margin throughout these playoffs, plus 271. That is the largest scoring margin that we've seen on a run to the NBA Finals, and that's where they will meet the Spurs. And this was your last time being able to talk about NBA basketball because
Yeah,
the show is over.
It's been amazing.
Guys.
I didn't know what to expect, you know, coming to we did the Four Horsemen starting off NBC after being gone for 35 years.
We did it.
I think we held it down. We did a great job. NBC family, all our fans out there, we appreciate you. We only going to get better. I promise you that.
Promise.
But hey, this is the Four Horsemen right here, man.
Fantastic
35
Four.
years.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. You're stuck with us.
Appreciate y'all. Good night, America.
Listen.
It's been a fun ride. Enjoy the NBA Finals.
It's been an amazing inaugural season of the NBA on